Hello, artists. We're going to talk about the app Autodesk Sketchbook. It is right here. We're going to get started with that in just a second. So, first of all, if you don't have this icon on your or desktop, you need to go to the student app and download it. If you don't have, if it's not on your list, it's very close to the top because it's Autodesk Sketchbook and the apps are listed alphabetically. If you don't have it, you need to let me know immediately. Okay, so open the app. Oops. And that was something I was working on. And so you're going to have a blank canvas like this, or a blank sheet of paper, or whatever. Quick tour. Your tools, are over here. All right there. Your drawing tools, your painting tools, erasers, everything that you're going to need is right here on the side or in the library up here at the top. This has all of the tools in Autodesk Sketchbook. For the assignment that we are going to do today, I only want you to use pencils and brushes. Okay? If it's not a pencil or a brush, don't use it. For example, this tool, technically it's a painting tool, it's an airbrush, but don't use it. Use the ones that look like a paintbrush. This is a smudge pen. It is not a pencil or a brush. Please don't use it. Markers, no, it's not a pencil. Another airbrush, don't use that. That's a pencil. You can use that. That's a soft pastel. It's not a pencil or a brush. You get the idea. So you're going to show me you're going to write what tool it is, and it's very easy to tell because there's a title with it. So that's where all your tools are. And I'll show you a couple of things about that in just a minute. Up here, there are going to be some tools that are going to be really important for you to use, like this little menu list. Over here, this is, you can hide your tool menus, or you can show them just by clicking that on and off. Over here is all of where your layers are and your color picker. The basic colors are here, but there are lots more. But if you touch the dot at the top, there are lots more color pickers. There are those kinds of that's the same as this list over here. There's the red, green, and blue way to pick colors. Hue, saturation, and light. Hue is the color. Saturation, we've learned in the color harmony unit that this is how intense the color is. If the color is very saturated, like that red, it's the brightest. That is the very brightest that color can be. If it's not saturated, this is a tone. It is the color plus gray. This is a shade. It's the color plus black. And this is a tint. All these up here are tints because they're the color plus white. So those are the ways that you can manipulate your colors there. Okay, this is the part that's your actual assignment. So I'm going to use a pencil tool, and I'm going to divide my paper in half horizontally. I'm going to divide it in half vertically, and then divide each half in half vertically. So that's going to give me 8 boxes. So now I'm going to choose 8 tools, and you can play with the colors. It doesn't matter to me what you're doing as far as that is concerned. This tool is the Watercolor Pencil. So I'm going to play with it first. So I'm going to write, so I'm going to click on that. It's the Watercolor Pencil. I'm going to write in the box, Watercolor Pencil. Okay, then I'm going to, like, there's a little slider here. This slider controls how big your watercolor pencil is. So that's interesting. I've never seen it have that texture before. I can make it different sizes, but that kind of makes sense. I can pick different colors to work with, and I'm just gonna mess around with it a little bit. I'm gonna hide that menu so I can color over here. I can still see my slider over here. This slider down here on the bottom, that controls how dark it is. Oops. So if I turn it up full strength, come on. Oh, that's why I couldn't see it, because that's full strength. This is 34%. So just kind of play with it a little bit and see what you like. I'm done with that one. So next I'm going to try this brush tool. That is the bleeding watercolor brush. So I need a pencil to write that with. Oops. I'm gonna get a regular pencil. You can click, oops, undo and redo. I'm gonna pick that pencil, and I'm gonna, oh, I'm gonna use my black. I'm gonna go back to that, make sure that's the right one. Yep, bleeding watercolor brush. Another color. I'm going to put my colors next to each other and kind of see how they act. Okay. I'm going to, you can also click on it and click on settings and see how the different settings affect each other. And just play around with those things too, okay? And you're going to do that 6 more times. You pick the tools that you want, as long as it looks like a brush or it looks like a pencil, you are fine. So try some of each, because you're going to have a choice for our final project what you do with whether you use paint tools or pencil tools, drawing tools. All right, so that's that part of this assignment. That's part 1, and we'll talk again in a minute.